Gilgard doesn't seem like the kind of man you'd send to the frontier, does he? You seem much better suited to it.
Well, well. If it isn't the new arrival. So eager to make a name for himself. I'm your death, swift and subtle, like a blade in the dark. And this here is Pod.
Hello!
Well, I can see which of you two is the poet. Unfortunately, you're both short on common sense.
Me and Pod, we aren't so fond of Outlanders. Especially ones looking as strange as you. For all we know, you're one of those sick bastards. A plague carrier. A blight on our fair city.
Boss? What if he's right?
Shut it, Pod. Let me do the talking.
You're doing great so far. Really menacing.
No one brings the plague into my town, Outlander. No one. At least you can die knowing it wasn't personal. Street whelps. Did you hear that, Pod? Let's teach this Adiran pig a lesson.
Wait, you fought in battles? Real battles? And survived? Boss, I think we're in big trouble.
Pod, I swear by the gods you will draw your weapon and follow my lead.
I can't do this anymore. Thieving and killing, it's just not in my blood.
You ungrateful nitwit! Once I'm done with the Outlander, I'm coming after you.
Good. I was getting tired of listening to them anyway. You're mine now! We make a good squad.
Nice banner, ain't it? I found it on the beach, covered in... Gods be with you, envoy. This is the banner of Cadnua, a fine castle in the Eastern Reach. Not so fine anymore, is it? According to legend, one of the gods destroyed it. Then the lord or lady returned from the dead, seeking vengeance. That's where the story gets interesting. Romance, sword fights, explosions, dragons. Strange tale if you ask me. Never did hear how it ended. While I'm sure the forests of Irglanfath must be a sight to see, I doubt they'd come close to the wilds of the living lands.
Welcome to Paradise, envoy. The ambassador's expecting you.
should be free, whole, the blood feeding your veins. Why are you here? The arrow struck. Then your soul found us, here in the emptiness, where the gods live and the dead wait. A cage, a prison. We feel the souls of multitudes, a current beneath the skin of this place. We could dip our hand in once, feel them near us. But now, we are trapped like wasps in amber. But you should be alive. We shout, but they do not hear. We claw, but we cannot escape. We would bury your killers, give them to the beetles, but we are trapped here in this place. We did not wish this, but we can help you. We could send you back. Just this once. The minnow can slip the fisher's net, even while the prize remains. And the fox chews its leg off to escape the hunter's snare. It is the only way. We will use our waning strength to free you. Then you must find us. Free us from our prison. Breathe deep. All birth is agony.
You're awake? Thank the gods. For a second there, I thought I had a problem on my hands. You'd think so, but I can't find a scratch on you. I still don't know what that means.
Glad to see you with us. I was sure you were already on your next trip around the wheel, but I brought you here just in case. If anyone can work a miracle, it's Liviana, though whatever restored you is beyond even her skill. That's what everyone in Paradise is asking. The streets have been less murderous since your ambassador and his guards took up residence. But your assassination is bound to upset that uneasy peace.
There's something I still don't understand. Envoy, you died. A resistance to poison isn't a resistance to the beyond.
What does this mean for him? Should he expect anything else strange? Other than coming back from the dead, I mean.
That depends on a few things. Visions and hallucinations? Likely. Manifestations of past lives? Uncommon, but possible.
Ah, look at us, rambling on like you're still the bloodied corpse.
This is far beyond my expertise. You should visit Runid, our local watcher. She would know what to make of your strange, stubborn soul. One who sees into the spirit realm, speaks to the dead, and knows the past through their eyes. A watcher examines the soul down to its very core. I can't think of anyone more qualified for the job. Runeade's shop is in the hills to the northeast. A bit of a walk. Just head out of the gate to the east of town and follow the path that curves to the north. It should be perched up in the hills. Oh, but avoid the Watcher in Hightown. She's a known charlatan. I'll send word to the ambassador that you survived, but he'll no doubt want to talk to you. Head up the stairs outside my clinic and take a left onto the main road. That'll get you to the embassy. Apologies. Paradise is a bit of a maze, especially to newcomers.
Don't worry. I know my way around. Which is why I should go with you. Your assassination is bound to have stirred things up. Don't mention it. Besides, I don't want this to blow up any more than you do. The sooner we solve your murder, the better for everyone. And we should talk back at camp. I'm hoping you can help me understand what just happened to you. People seem more agitated than usual. Dawnshore is most people's first view of the living lands, and last brush with civilization.
Hey, I had a dream about you.
Any injuries I should know about? No?
Envoy, could I speak with you for a moment? So, You're that godlike, the Adiran envoy. You're the one who saves the ambassador from the strangle root, right? Interesting. Say, would you be up for helping out some down-on-their-luck Adirans who can't catch a break? Oh, heroic and observant, huh? Joking aside, I know this seems strange, but they helped me out when I needed it. I'm just trying to return the favor. A fair request. I was an animancer in Fjord, just through the mountains in Emerald Stair. A lot of Valian animancers came to Fjord to experiment without the restrictions that come from noble patronage. Well, it turned out my high-minded theories were more explosive than I had calculated. I washed out, disgraced. Then I left Emerald Stair and I lost myself in a bottle at the Grinning Ballarok. Lofled and Gladwine pulled me out of it. Galarde. Lofled and Gladwine came here about 8 years ago, long before the recent rush of Adirans. They admitted to having a checkered past back home, but they started a new life in Paradis. Back then you'd struggle to find an Adiran in the city. Now they're everywhere. Well, let's stick to the matter at hand. Anyway, with all these Adirans coming in, Lofled and Gladvine started spotting old faces. And if they were spotting old faces, it was only a matter of time before those faces started spotting them back. They're lying low in the shantytown for now, but they mean to leave for Thirdborn.
Adirans in the shantytown. I doubt they're getting a warm welcome. Most of the people there are Paradisans run out by Adir.
They're afraid to go out in public, and Gladvine, poor soul, he's gone blind from bad drink. Ah, but you can. There are herbs in the wilds around Paradis that can restore Gladwine's sight. It's a little too dangerous for us ordinary folks, but for the Adiran envoy, for the hero who braved the strangle root, I'm sure it will be no problem.
Ending with flattery is a nice touch.
Agrasima. Many thanks, envoy. Oh, there is one more thing they need. Land deeds. They've already paid for them. There's a Rawatayan in the Pearl District, Mako, who was handling the paperwork. No. We had a falling out a while back. It's best if someone else goes. Thank you, envoy. God bless you.
Tragedy. Recently arrived envoy from Adir was assassinated just inside the front gates. The killer is still at large.
Walk in, give her the letter, and go. You can do this.
the point. It's useless without that Adra. Oh, you're a special one, you are. I thought all the godlikes don't mean a thing by it. I'm glad to see not all the gods up. No, of course I'm not drunk. I am an alchemist. You should know, this place is heading quickly into a swamp of madness. Even the plants and the animals feel it. Very kind of you to ask. Very kind. You're the first to offer to help me in, well, ever. Sapiento di Falva, alchemist and dreamer, at your service. My latest experiment was meant to solve the scourge that has come over the local flora and the fauna, but it wasn't meant to be. I expected my main reagent to be delivered today, but I suppose the gods had other ideas. Oh, just a bit of luminous Adra. Rather valuable, but nothing against the law. You may have noticed, or perhaps not, since no doubt you've been busy, that wildlife here has gone a bit wrong. No one knows how best to describe it, but we can all see it. Something is distorting the life around here, and I hoped to stop it. As you no doubt know, luminous Adra is a more powerful form of the Adra we see out there from time to time. Very, very rare. The gentlemen who are supposed to acquire my Adra have not delivered it, and they seem to be avoiding me, as if they fear my wrath. At this point, I'll take any help I can get. My friends must have lied, or they got the Adra and they lost it. I can't imagine why else they would be acting so strange about it. The people of the Deadfire have been refining luminous Adra for its health benefits for gods know how long. If anything can cure this affliction, that's it. Best of luck with that. I saw them briefly not too long ago, looking shifty and desperate. They were running around the paradise, talking to other scholars in the area. Ganeth and Remio, I believe. And an older lady. Don't recall her name. I'd be very grateful. I know it looks like I'm crying, but it's from the acrid fumes I inhaled earlier. Any luminous Adra will do, he said, as if the stuff were falling from the sky.
Envoy. You're looking for work by chance?
The hunters set that up as a way to earn some extra coin.
Ain't many ways into that tempestuous Luandicopter. Going to take on... Oh, Octa. You're a brave soul, Envoy. A pleasure, Envoy. If it suits your fancy, check the board for work. Hey, I guess I consider it my first... Apollo. Show it here. I don't envy you having gone... Be safe out there, you hear?
But you're here. Gods, am I glad to see you. I'll keep trying. But there's not much to be done for Fort Northreach.
Envoy, is it really you? I can't believe you're alive. When they dragged you to Liviana's clinic, I assumed the worst. How do you feel? And yet you rallied your spirits and reported for duty. Your dedication is admirable. But we'll return to the topic of your untimely demise shortly. Our first order of business is your purpose here in the Living Lands. Captain Cynric said you have a missive for me from the Emperor. Very good. I'm eager to see what our Emperor intends. Now, His Majesty names you a loyal servant of the Adiran Empire, and an extension of the throne's authority. Thank goodness, at least someone understands the gravity of our situation. With that, I had better news for him. You've seen how wild the Living Lands has become, both in nature and in politics. Sometimes I think the island has a mind of its own. No sooner had you arrived than you found yourself at the center of our troubles. At this point, I can't rule anything out. We're in uncharted waters. You've seen firsthand what it can do in nature. Thank you, Envoy. The island is in capable hands. Inquisitor Ludwig thinks the plague is a distraction. She's more concerned about these local rebels fighting against the Empire. They were paradisans once, law-abiding laborers. Now, they're fugitives and oath-breakers hiding amongst the populace. They've sabotaged our work, killed our soldiers, and the final straw, attacked you out in the open. I look forward to hearing about it in your report. I won't lie to you, Envoy. Our position is tenuous. If we can't even defend ourselves, how are we to defend the living lands? But defend it we must, for the sake of everyone who Inquisitor Ludwig demands that someone hang for the attempt on your life. These Paradisian rebels must face justice. Ludwig goes where she likes, haunting the living lands like a vengeful spirit. She'll reappear when she chooses, and not a moment sooner. Let's make sure to give her some good news for a change.
Not many get a chance to solve their own murder, you know. I know someone who could help. A dwarven tracker named Marius. Kith or beast, there's little he can't find. He's staying at the Grinning Ballarrock, not far from Liviana's infirmary. We just take the main road east to the market, then head down the stairs and cross the canal. Rough part of town, even by the standards of Paradis. Blend in, for one thing. Marius is from the Tusks, about the harshest and remotest place the gods ever created, even by the standards of the...
Trickery, lies. The gods did not build this place.
Let's just say no one survives out there without picking up a few skills, the kind we'll need if we're going to find hidden assassins. Especially if they're from the streets of Paradis.
I suggest you recruit as many allies as you can, but choose carefully. They, like you, will represent the Empire. But before we can send you off to parts unknown, we need assurances from the local healer that you're fully recovered. After all, you survived a brush with death. The health of your body is one thing. The health of your soul is another. An unusual course of treatment, but who am I to argue? Remember, the assassin... I admire your confidence, but there's no point in being modest with our advantages. We'll talk more of the Dream Scourge when you return. Until then, Envoy.
How about we start with Marius at the Grinning Ballarrock? Besides, I could use a drink after all this.